by His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, amongst others. After extensive deliberations, the following resolutions were arrived at. Appreciates the role of traditional rulers in containing the menace of NSAS protests in the north. Collectively agreed that traditional rulers be given formal roles in the governance architecture of the country. The meeting rejects and condemns the subversive actions of the NSAS protests. The superlative agitations and other change regime actions outside the ballot box soon take advantage of the peaceful protests to push for their separative agenda. The meeting endorsed the indivisibility, indissolubility, and oneness of the nation. The meeting took note of the devastating effect of the uncontrolled social media in spreading fake news. Therefore, calls for major control mechanism and censorship of the social media's practice in Nigeria. Meeting raises attention on the need to keep strict watch on the Federal Capital Territory to guide against unwarranted and destructive protests to safeguard critical assets of the nation. Meeting commends the National Assembly and the Presidency in being proactive in addressing the issues of NSAS protests across the country. Need to further push for amicable resolutions of ASU strikes to enable students to resume their studies. Meeting resolved that there is need for regular meetings of this nature, calls for further engagement with other critical stakeholders such as religious leaders, business community, youth leaders, and so on. Accordingly, the meeting approved the setting up of two major engagement committees. A. Committee on Roles of Traditional Rulers. Membership: the Emir of Lafia as chairman, 2 representatives from the National Assembly, 1 representative from each of the 3 zones, 1 from Federal Executive Council. B. Committee on Youth and Civil Societies. The Emir of Zauzau as chairman, 1 representative each from geopolitical zones, 1 each for youth geopolitical zones, 1 representative of women/girls, 1 each of Muslim and Christian clerics, persons living with disability, business community, representative of the Inspector General of Police. These engagement committees are to commence work immediately. Appreciates the role of religious leaders such as the Ulamas, JNI, and Khan for their positive interventions in resolving the NSAS conflicts. Calls for collective effort in addressing the lingering challenges of the North. Example, the Almajiri system, insecurity, illiteracy, poverty, and so on. Commends the role of His Eminence, Royal Highnesses, and other royal fathers in ensuring that the NSAS protests did not escalate significantly in the North by adopting sentimental issues such as ethnicity and religion. The forum resolved to continuously engage with their Royal Highnesses in addressing this challenge. Meeting noted and appreciated the far-reaching efforts of Northern State Governors Forum in taking proactive measures to address the NSAS protests in the country and in the North in particular. Equally, Forum notes with satisfaction the actions taken by the governors to revive the economic fortunes of the region, particularly during the post-COVID period. The Forum appreciates the roles of National Assembly in engaging the youth and other critical stakeholders of the nation in resolving the NSAS conflicts. Forum appreciates Mr. President and his cabinet for the quick intervention in meeting the demands of the NSAS protests and resolved to give him the maximum support as he rolls out measures to address the lingering challenges of youth unemployment, banditry, and Boko Haram insurgency in the country. The Forum appreciates the role of the youth for their response to the NSAS in curtailing the spread of hooliganism, thuggery, and other separatist tendencies. Forum appreciates the major reforms going on in the police force and pledges to support Mr. President on this cause. The meeting resolved to support the Nigerian police force to serve the country better and calls for the strengthening of trust between the people and the police. The meeting expressed concern over the low-level involvement of relevant stakeholders in the implementation programs of government and calls on relevant agencies to review implementation strategies to make for maximum impact and benefits. Condemn attacks on persons and properties of especially persons living in other parts of the country. Also condemn attacks and burning of places of worship in some parts of the country in the name of NSAS protests.